What's up, everyone? What's up, Designs by Brennan? How's it hanging? I'll turn this music back up a little bit. And the music down last week when we had a guest because it was too loud. So what's up, what's up, what's up? Let's do this hockey, as Chance the Rapper would say. We're doing this gentleman here as a subject. Carey Price, because that is who Twitter told me to make a design of. I don't know much about hockey, so we're going with Carey Price. So we got two images here. Probably make a pretty simple composition with it. I got some other stuff in here, like I've got the Canadiens logo or the Habs logo. I've got this cool net I downloaded from Envato, and then I got a bunch of these like hockey helmets as well, and then a bunch of hockey pucks. So we might do some stuff with this later. But how you guys doing today? Thank you for joining me on this Tuesday evening. Envato stuff. Well, let me tell Instagram that I'm going live. That's probably a good idea. See what they have to say. Who are you guys rooting for in the Stanley Cup? If you guys have an inclination to watch hockey, who's your team? And who do you want to win the Stanley Cup? Boom. All right, cool. All right, so, I mean, as you can see, the only thing I've done so far is I cut out this really nice photo of his head, and I cut out this nice photo of him looking dead on you. So I figured with that, I found this hockey goal, which I think is really nice. And I think we can compositionally do a lot with this. So we got a Dallas Stars fan. Sam here's a Dallas Stars fan. They have a very nice facility. If you look at facility videos or photos of sports facilities, they have a very nice one. I don't remember if it was Jack Porter or Advent who did theirs, but it's very nice. So here we go. We've got, here's a composition that we sort of have. I was going to do something. Oh, I need to go in and actually edit these images. So this has just been cut out. I'm going to select this as usual. Modify, contract it 1 pixel. We're going to delete the layer mask and mask it again and save. Okay, so I'm going to use my standard action, BJD2. But we're going to tweak it a little bit. And if you're familiar with the streams, I actually have Photoshop 2021 working. So that's fun. I'm going to make a quick adjustment to put that blue back. We got that there. Okay, one thing I've been doing that's newer for my editing of images. Let me zoom in a little bit. Might hit a button on this, which I think I already hit, but maybe not. I've been to the AAC thousands of times, but I moved. I also played at their practice facility. That's cool. That's pretty awesome. The one thing I found out recently is that you can change the blending mode for any of these smart filters here. So if I double click, if I double click on these little arrows, it pulls up blending option for the camera raw filter. So I've been changing that to luminosity because it's not going to murder the colors as much. So this is with it off, this is with it on. So it's mainly just changing the luminosity of the items, the photo. So let me open this up. And they're already lessened actually a good amount. So that's fine. Good. So now it's not tweaking the colors as much. So if I add in some of my color effects, it's actually not as vibrant. Because it's not, you can see this is actually very vibrant. I might not use some of these, to be honest. I think I'm just gonna go with this, do a little different. Let's use a selective color. Let's zoom in on his face here. So with the yellows, I want it to be, not yellows, I want the reds to be more toned down, maybe a little bit of yellow added, a little bit of magenta taken away. No. What I'm doing is I'm trying to make his skin tone look a little bit better. So if you see, I'm going to paint the right side of his face. And just compare it to the left. He's very red here. He's probably red because he's cold, because he's out on a hockey field. On a hockey field? Hockey rink. Hello, Garrett. Garrett wants me to sarcastically tell him exactly how I create those color effects on my images. I've honestly probably showed that before in a video somewhere. So if someone actually wanted to find it, they probably could pretty easily. So I'm gonna hop open the neural filters. I'm gonna do a little bit of JPEG artifact removing, because you can see a little bit here, it's a little choppy and square. So I'm gonna turn this on. I'm gonna change the strength to medium and we'll see what that does. Let me see if I can find something. No. So let's smooth everything out a little bit, so that's fine. What's up, Ryan? So I'm gonna save this and go back, which I don't need to do yet. Save this, go back to here. Okay. So as usual, I'm gonna pop the curves up a little bit on his eyeballs, just because I like how that looks, and I've been doing that a lot. I just like how it looks. I know a couple other people do this. It's just a fun little thing to do. And then we're gonna go to adjustments, hue and saturation. We're gonna go to the yellows, drop the yellows, boost the likeness. We're gonna select colors in here. It's actually not yellow, which is weird. There's a lot of blue in there, but we're gonna fix that. Just gonna tap in here. Did you guys design anything fun today? Anybody who does design work? Any fun projects you guys did or have done recently? Whoops, don't want to do that. You know, Garrett's doing stuff for the Rams. Rams? Rams or Chargers? Rams. Get those mixed up. All right, so this is something I've done before, but I'm going to show you again. So here's this photo, you know, decent. You go back here, you can see his eyes. You know, that's kind of nice or whatever. But what I've been doing recently, which I think actually helps a lot with you looking at the image, is just making a little circle and just making a fake highlight on his eye. And then we'll just blur it. I don't know. We're not going to box blur it. We're going to blur, Gaussian blur, convert to smart object. And we'll do like 1.5. It depends on the size of the actual thing. I'll do 0.6 pixels. I'm just going to put this somewhere on his eyeball that I think would make sense and do the same for the other one. I'm actually going to duplicate them. Zoom back out. And now he's got these like anime eyes because he's got these big white sparks on him. Working on an IAHF jersey concept. That's fun. Made him a Mahomes piece. Didn't like how it turned out, but seeing improvement, that's all that matters. So now we got these anime eyes. We got this going on. I could probably spend some time and like correct some of the whites. Let's see if I can do that real quick. So I'm using selective color and I'm going to go to the whites. And then I'm going to add some yellow, take away yellow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a square that's white as a reference point, or a circle, whatever. I'm just going to use my eyeball then and figure out what looks white. And it's probably pretty white, to be honest. I think I just need to take the cyan down. But if I take the cyan down, I got to take the magenta down, and then I got to take the yellow down. I mean, really, I could just go like this. That doesn't really do anything. I think it's fine. I don't need to worry about it. Alright, so we got him here in the front. He's looking good. He's got a unsharp mask on him. I'm going to pop another filter on here. I'm going to go to other high pass. And since he's a smart object, it's going to apply it straight to the item, which is fine. This is way too large. So with high pass, you really want it to be just as you're starting to see things form. So 0.3 for this. And that's because it's a smaller size. I should probably do this in the other area. But I'm going to double click on the side here to change the blending mode to overlay. And then I'll set this to like 50%. So now we have a high pass filter that you can barely tell does anything. So that's fun. Let's get rid of that. So theoretically, you know, I'm no expert. I don't know how big this hockey goal should be. So I'm gonna put a few lines in here so I know where I'm at. So we're gonna move him over just a little bit. I'm gonna put this square in the center. Canvas. I just pulled it. Yeah. I pulled it from Envato, Garrett. Because Envato's excellent. Another pixel squid. Habs. Or my USA hat, because I'm making a Canadian design. I've masked out hockey nets before, I think. Let's take a look. Let's click this button, toss this over here. Let's take a look. So I did some hockey stuff in my 365, so I just want to see what I did right here. Yeah, I didn't include any goals. It's probably the right way to go. Okay, cool. Good to know. All right, what I need now, though, is I need some hex codes. I need some colors. So we're going to head on over to Team Color Codes, our favorite website. I'm going to copy this. So what I like to do is I like to just fill something and just paste it. Now this would be good if you, this is what actually would be good if you use libraries. I can be like, boom, what's up, Canadians? But I don't utilize those as well as I should. I used to use them all the time at my old job because we would do stuff for car dealerships. So we'd have all the car OEMs and the logos and colors and fonts and all that jazz on there. Yeah, Jack, I tweaked my website. If you guys want to take a look at that, making it less intensive on just a wall of information. So we got this here. So like this looks cool already. One thing I wanted to do is, so here's a photo of him, you know, whatever. Sounds good. What I wanted to do was just have a real simple kind of background behind him. So this is, you know, this is just red. Make another one behind it. We'll make this white. So I'm just making like just a fake wall. And it's going to be intentionally fake. It's not supposed to look crazy realistic. I just want to emulate these colors that you would see behind him in a realistic setting. And I should probably make them the same size as, or scale, or size ratio. So let me put this back to yellow. So now we've got the line behind him. I'm going to group this together and make it 66%. Let's size this down. Here's the hockey net. You know, the hockey net's like this big, kind of. So I need to scale this down to be something like that. But I need it to not be behind it. So we'll go like that, and that should be good. There. So now we have this hockey net, and we might change that, but I wanted to do something where this was like masked in. You know, I could build out a scene, but I think I wanted to make this a little bit more abstract than a lot of the stuff I make. So I think a lot of stuff I make, I have a nice sort of realistic setting for the design. So like I downloaded some frozen textures. Let me find one of those. So, you know, I've got these textures that I can easily just toss down here. A nice trick if you want to do something perspective is if you have a line in the middle, you can hold down the the command key or control key and drag these out. And you can pay attention to the numbers so it's the same degree. But if you line up these middle dots again, it's going to look like a normal perspective. So we've got the hockey net, we've got him. I'm going to group these together and say front Carey. So you got a front Carey price. We've got a back Carey price we haven't done anything with. Let's toss him in front of this, actually. You made a decent ice texture with the filter gallery. That's interesting. I've only touched the filter gallery again very subtly. I used it a bunch when I was younger and just like would hit them and not change anything. But more recently I've been trying to do things more manually. So we're gonna boost these reds. I'm gonna add a little bit of black in there too. I'm gonna make another layer like we did before, selective color, boosting the reds and adding a little bit of yellow into that. And again, what we're gonna do is we're gonna invert that selection. We're just gonna paint over here. We're just basically, we're dulling down his skin a bit so his skin isn't so red. And I'm actually gonna hit some areas that would be reflections. So like his mask, I'm gonna hit that there, hit back here. I wanna make sure I don't really hit any of the areas that are actually red because it's gonna look weird. But this is an excellent photo I found online that I thought would be great to use. Side profile photos are always great to use. Just wanna tweak a couple things up here. So just a couple areas of this mask. You can see some of the black coming through, which I can just, you know, highlight this, select, modify, contract 1 pixel, which is why I do this. Delete layer, mask. So I got rid of most of them, but there's a couple little spots in here. So let's do that. And actually, I guess technically back here in this little sliver, we'll add that back. All right, so that's good. This player is Carey Price. He's the goalie for the Canadians. Since the Canadians are in the Stanley Cup, people wanted me to do him because he's, I guess, the best goalie in the league. So it's what the internet has led me to believe. So we're just gonna go in here. I want to make sure there's a differentiation between the his mask and his eye, because it kind of blends in a little bit there. So I got to make sure I focus on that. Okay, let's go in here. Let's go to yellows. Let's drop this down. Let's highlight this. Click. And then we'll just tap. Get rid of some of this. Make it super white. Back it out. Save. Okay, what do we got going on now? So that's cool. So I'm gonna get rid of our fake wall we made. I'm gonna get rid of our fake floor. So let me go to this front Carey. I'm gonna duplicate this via Smart Object. Select the back one, and I'm actually going to go in here. I'm gonna delete the layer mask, and then image reveal all. Save that. Go back here. Don't need that open. I'm gonna get rid of all these edits because none of these edits matter. I'm just using this image for the shadow. So now we have the shadow. I'm gonna set that to multiply adjustments. We're gonna throw a gradient map on top of it. Hopefully I can get my fun buttons to load up so I can hit the gradient map button 600 times. Or not. So we have that. So it's a very light shadow, as you can see. So in the gradient editor, I'm actually gonna drag the black over to make it a little bit more prominent. And then we'll go in and we can use a very narrow, short brush, boost this up a whole bunch. And this is at 0% hardness. And then I'll just paint it back in. Sort of like that. So there. Now we have a shadow. Cool. Don't forget to take the puck out of the net. Oh yeah, so I've got 2 hockey nets. I downloaded another one. I like the look of this one better, but it had a hockey net in it. They actually have some really cool hockey nets on Envato, where like the puck is bursting through the net. So I mean, I have this net. Now this is a net too, but this net isn't as cool. You know, this is a cooler net. So yeah, I'm gonna do that now. Hockey net. So the way I'm gonna do this is I'm just going to use the stamp tool. Oh God. Use the stamp tool. Current layer. Oh, I can't do that. I have to erase it first. So the stamp tool is applying the stamp, but since this is transparent, it's just super breaking. So what I need to do is I need to make a layer underneath it, build a little bit. So now I can go in like this, and I know what I can do. Okay, we're gonna mask the layer. I'm going to use a very soft brush, not a hard brush. We're gonna gently paint it out like that. I'm gonna make a new layer below it. That's white, so I can see what I'm doing, and I can make sure that it's gonna go away. Good. New layer. I'm gonna apply that mask layer to it, but invert it. And then use the stamp tool. I gotta select the right layer. And stamp on there. Now the thing. Now of course if I do that, it still has oh, I want current and below. It still has the, I don't want current and below, I want that gone. Man, this is actually kind of difficult. Let me pull it over here and then go like this. I gotta save this out now. This isn't gonna look how I want, but I can just fix it in post. It'll be fine. Stupid hockey puck. Right click, replace contents. It is unnecessary. This is unnecessarily difficult. It's because the file's so nice. Because it is, yeah, there, you can't tell. We'll put something in there so you can't tell anyway. The file's transparent, so it's harder to stamp things out when the files are actually nice. Okay. I mean, this looks cool. The reds look a little bit different, so we're gonna fix that. This red looks a little bit too magenta. That looks a little bit better. Save that there. I usually don't edit stuff I download from like Envato, but what happens if I just do like that? Yeah, it's just a little bit more vibrant. I want to be on the stream sometime, Dan. Well, Dan has no control over this, Jordan. Brad has control over this. But we can probably make that happen. Okay. So what I want to do is I'm trying to decide. So we've got this nice sharp cutoff here. Do I want to just go in here, similar to what I did with the Simone Biles graphic I made recently, and just go like this? And just anything that's, really cut it off. Anything that's not this top part, just cut it off. Cut it out. Garrett, whose famous catchphrase is "cut it out"? Props if you know this. But considering you're a baby, you will not know the answer to that. Oh, if you're designing, Jordan, that's fine. That's good. I'm glad you're designing. That's what you should be doing. So I'm just gonna real hastily cut out the bottom of this. Garrett, you don't know who says "cut it out"? Come on. Kids these days. Does anyone in chat know who says "cut it out"? That would be funny if nobody in chat knew that. There's 17 of you on there. It's from Full House, I guess. I'm too young for that. Yeah. Shame on you. So I'm just going to rotate this a little bit. Put it right here. I'm actually going to make everything smaller. I feel like a lot of the times my stuff takes up too much space. So I want a little bit of breathing room on this. Oh, camera raw filters on that. But I want to add selective color on top of that, right? No, okay. Okie dokie. So now what we've got going on, I'm just going to duplicate this layer, set it to multiply. Wow. That's the thing about blue, is when you multiply blue on blue, it looks great. When you multiply red on red, it does nothing. Let's do that. Let's set this to like 50%, duplicate this, invert this, and set this to like overlay or screen? Screen. There we go. See, Jack knows what's up. You got it, dude. So we've got all this stuff, and then boom, look, we've got this nice little area for this logo to go right here. Little Canadians logo right there. So that's nice, except I want the Canadians logo to match the rest of the color that is here. Like on his jersey, and not whatever this is. So actually, let's just go to adjustments. No, I'm gonna edit the file. Yeah, Jordan, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna sort of 3D it out a little bit. Yeah, the answer we were looking for was Joey Gladstone, played by Dave Coulier. So we're gonna open this in Illustrator because this is a vector file, which all of your files for logos should be vector. And that's just going to ensure that you have nice crisp lines. But we got the spinning wheel of death. We'll see if Illustrator opens. It's kind of weird. There it goes. We're gonna save again just because. I got a couple other things we're gonna add to this that I already know, which are gonna be me being a little clever. Okay, there. All right, so we got this. We're gonna change the red to be this red. That's blue. We don't want that. I want it to be this red. Because I want it to match. I'd rather it match my artwork than be correct. There's a box somewhere. There we go. So there, now it matches. So now we have 3 colors on it. So I'm going to convert via smart object, convert via smart object, red. If you see me do this before, blue, white. We're going to select the white one. We're going to highlight the white, copy that, delete everything, paste it. I'm going to get rid of the trademark symbol just because I feel like it. I feel like someone's going to be very upset that I did that. Everything's gone. Hold on. There we go. All right. I'm hitting Y, selecting everything, Control C, highlighting everything, and then pasting. And I'm gonna do the same thing for this. I'm gonna select the blue. Oh, that's not gonna work. Oh, hold on. I need to go to the Pathfinder here and merge everything. There. So now this is just a blue outline instead of the blue. We're gonna do this. All right, so now everything's built out separately. Yeah, shape builder, it would work. Just use the merge tool real quick. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna apply the same effect to all of these pretty much. What's up, Henry? So what I want to do is I want to bevel and emboss. I want to do an inner bevel of 100% depth of maybe 2 pixels. Chisel hard, yep. Yep, that sounds good. Contour's fine. You know, I can tweak this. You can see what this does. It makes it a little bit darker if I do this, really. I'll just do that, might well. Texture. If you have cool textures loaded, you know, you can add textures to that, but I don't have any loaded, so I'm not going to do that. We'll do a gradient overlay. So this is red, and red sucks because if you multiply Oh no, red's fine. I'm gonna do an overlay layer of white. I usually do white to black. What does white to black look like? No, it looks fine. And I'll show you why, because I'm gonna make it 50%. And then we want to give it a drop shadow, but I want to give it a faint drop shadow. And these measurements are always a little weird. So it depends on the design. So I could have it be super sharp, but I'm usually gonna do distance is half of the size. I'm gonna do that and just hit OK. So I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna duplicate that layer. I'm going to go to effects. I'm going to go to color overlay, and I'm going to make this black. And I'll show you why. So we're going to make it black. We don't need the other layers to it. I'm going to filter, blur, Gaussian blur this like 1 pixel. Filter, blur, motion blur it up and down. So 90 degrees up and down, and let's do like 8. Let's do a little bit more. Let's do 15. And then I'm going to take that same motion blur and duplicate it. And then drop this down. Set the whole thing to multiply it like 75%. So then what it's doing is it's actually casting sort of a shadow downward. It's going to give it more of a realistic 3D feel. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to pop this motion blur up to like 20. So now it's like it's hanging on a wall. So we're going to do that for the other ones. So we're going to drag these same effects to blue, which is good. We're going to duplicate the blue layer, get rid of the effects. We're going to drag these effects down, just the color overlay. Then I'm just going to drag the smart filters down. And then what I'm doing is I'm dropping the bottom shadow layer just so the top part isn't really seen. And then we do make this a specific, oops. Did we make this 75%? Yeah, okay, so then make this 75%. We got the shadow there. Same deal on the white, color overlay, smart filter, effects on top. Now the effects on top don't work as well. So let me do this. I'm hitting buttons I don't want to hit. There we go. So the only thing I need to change is a color overlay of overlay is not going to work, so I need to set this to multiply, but it's going to be a little too dark, so I need to make it like 25%, maybe 15. And then take this and do that. Set it to 25%. Save. So now we've got this nice 3D-esque looking logo. So now we got this nice, cool looking logo. Let me see if I can do something real quick. Okay. See if that does anything. Yeah, I like doing that to logos. It's something I learned at my old job, is doing something like that. I mean, we can make it cooler too if we take a ellipse like this and we give it a fill of a gradient. I'm going to do the gradient, but I want to do it inverse like that. We'll attach that. We'll set it to overlay. Except it's got a little bit of a something. Oh, does the ellipse have a border? Yeah, the ellipse has a border. We don't want that. So we're going to attach it to that. What I actually like to do is I actually like to make a new layer and not use that. Use just like this regular ellipse marquee. And I'll just have that be masked out. And I can go in here with white and go up like that, but I can adjust it a little bit better. So I really just want it to be like that. But it doesn't really show up well, as you can see, on the red. And that could be because it's doing all these other things to it first. Oops, let's do that. Nope, same deal. All right, whatever. Same deal. We'll toss it down here on the blue. Could probably just toss it on everything overall. But you can see it affects the blue way more, so we'll just save that. All right, cool. Got some stuff going on. Let me plug my iPad in so I can hit cool buttons, hopefully. Even though it's not working. So it's a real shame. So I had all that. I was like, all right, we're gonna do Carey Price. It's gonna be really cool. What is this? This back area. Yeah, we'll see if we add that in somewhere else. We don't need this anymore. We've got this floor. You know, maybe I'll just... No, I wouldn't throw in the floor back. I would just throw in more of this floor. But I saw that the Canadians lost 5-1 last night, so I was like, well, that sucks. Yeah, Garrett, I'm purposefully wearing this hat. I'm making a Canadians graphic. I went, you know what I should do? I should put this USA hat on. This is from the last Olympics when golf was added. This is one of the Adidas golf hats for that. Okay, so like this is cool already. You know, I could honestly stop now. Cool composition. I mean, go Cubs. You know, let's do that. You know, let's never not say go Cubs. You know what this is missing? It's missing an autograph. Garrett, you timed him out. You just talking about the Cubs. That's weird. What are you doing, guy? Oh, no talk to Cubs. What are you doing? I can't untime out you, so great. What do you care? You're a Giants fan. Garrett, what baseball team do you like? Hey, look at this. Project 70. Limited edition out of 10. Look at that. That's cool. My eBay is just all sports cards. So I want a Carey Price auto. And this is the best place that you can find autographs. Best. What are you a Phillies fan, like horses? Okay, so I want a Carey Price, but I want a recent Carey Price autograph. I don't know anything about hockey product, but this looks pretty good. How big is this photo? Nah, I see there's too much stuff behind him. So what we're looking for is pretty much a photo that has a white background like this. Now this is scanned in, but boom, this will work. So we're gonna do a little bit of an inspect element because I can't right click download image. Yikes. Let's get our... Oh God. Oh God. I'm hitting things I don't want to hit. Let's just try this again. There. Save image to downloads. Ryan's back. Hey Ryan, how's it going? Garrett, I can give and take it away. Okay, so let's flip these around. I don't need to flip it around. I'll just invert the image. Got a nice signature here now. It's a little gray, so we can just boost this over because it was originally blue. It wasn't black. Do one of these. Sure, we'll just convert this to a smart object. And hit this button. Oh, I don't want to do that. That's fine. There. All right, so we have his signature now. Boom. So yeah, you know, his signature would look cool. So I'm going to be more inclined to put stuff behind the net because it's just going to add a little bit of depth, which is cool. So we've got this. We got this going on here. Like, this is good. I like this as a composition. You've got this cohesive element. Your eye is going to guide you here and down, you know, in sort of this shape. Now, one thing I noticed was that he has on his helmet John 3:16, which is a famous Bible verse for sports. It's also just it's a Bible verse. But so, you know, here's all the 6,000 translations because nobody knows what it actually means. But let's search up Carey Price, John 3:16. Because he's got it on there. So I want to add it on there because I think it'd be cool to add. He's got that on his helmet. I saw it was all written out on the side of one of his helmets. Now, he might not have that anymore, but I thought he had it, so he's the Tim Tebow of hockey. Yeah, exactly. No, there was a guy that used to go to a ton of sporting events. In Between Approach bestseller, new international version. I'm just going to copy this one. But this guy would go to different not hockey events, different events. He would wear a rainbow wig, and he would have a John 3:16 mask. Or a John 3:16 sign. John 3:16 guy. Yeah, this guy. He wore a shirt that said John 3:16. And he went to like a ton of sporting events. Like, so that's how I know what John 3:16 is. Big in sports. All right, so we've got John 3:16. We're just gonna like add it here as some extra flair, but we need a cool font for it. So let's go over here. Hit some buttons. Okay, so when I look for fonts, doing some stuff for All Elite Wrestling for Sammy Guevara. So this is great because Adobe Fonts lets you choose different tags. Now these aren't like official like typographic tabs, but it'll help me find what I want. So I could do black letter because Bible verses are always good in black letter. So, you know, like Sabbath black. We can do this. You know, so I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to use the Sabbath black because that's very, very cool looking. Make a Jesus design, Ryan. Nothing is stopping you. You're all the way up. All right, I got to give this a sec. There we go. Sabbath black regular or heavy? Oh, dear. Sweet baby Jesus. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the paragraph to the middle like this. See, the thing is I want to make this like super tiny, but there aren't enough words. So I'd have to do like that. And just put it like right there. And then just give it a little bit of a drop shadow so you can see it. Actually, let's give it the same drop shadow. John 3:16. Okay. I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to make this black. I'm going to convert this to a smart object. And then let's drag this up so you guys can see what I'm doing. I don't need these ellipses anymore. That's fine. I don't need this. Let's get rid of some stuff I don't need. Okay, logo. I'm just going to drag these smart filters onto this and zoom in over here. And just drop it down a little bit. Now this is smaller, so this is a smaller object. So this doesn't have to be as drastic. Let's do like 5. Let's change this other motion blur from 15 to like 3. And then I want to give the whole thing a... Let me just drag this whole bevel and emboss on it. There. John 3:16. We got John 3:16 on there. That's just like a little attribute, just a little thing. So now what do we want to do? You guys have any suggestions? You guys have any ideas of something we can do to jazz this up? Like I want to use this somewhere. You know, I could always do some lighting stuff around the back. So, you know, I can get rid of this, get rid of this. I can take a brush, do one of these. Change the hardness, do that. Click, click, right click, make it a little bit bigger. Click, click, click. Set this to screen. Duplicate it, make it a little bit smaller. There's a little bit of a line though, so that's a problem. Duplicate this, invert this, set this to multiply, set it to like 50%. What if I set it to overlay? Yeah, that's good. Send him to Flavortown. Yeah, Garrett, what I wanted to do is I wanted to have it in the background, but I wanted it like masked in, like in a cool way. So like, you know, I've got all these brushes that are just random things. You know, like, so this isn't gonna look cool. It'd be cool if it did actually. Oh, I have this turned on. This is a wave. So if I you know, I can click like this and it's, you know, it's added back in, you know, using a brush or something, you know, something cool with texture. But I got to figure out what that would be. Oops, let's add a little bit. I'm going to turn this into a smart object so I can select it. Select, modify, contract, 3 pixels, adjustments, curves. Curves. I would hit my curves button, but it doesn't work. Boost this bad boy up. Invert the selection, go like this. So what did that do? Almost nothing. Cool. Almost indistinguishable. Do that. Let's make this much brighter. Now we can tell it kind of does something. Quit out of this thing and try and pull up my computer buttons again. All right, while we figure out what else we want to add, make this a little bit bigger. Scoot it over just a little bit. I could probably do something cooler with that John 3:16, like have a shredded piece of paper and have the font on it a little bit different. Let's add, oh. Actually downloaded a good amount of stuff from Envato to use on this, like the thing you can't see. So here are these like snow overlays. You know, that's cool. Maybe we want to add some snow. You know, let's say he's playing hockey outside. You know, add a little bit of snow, you know. But we're really just going to use the snow as some depth, so we're going to blur it. Motion blur. I don't want to motion blur this. Why'd I hit motion blur? Gaussian blur. 15. Yeah, can't even see it now. That looks dumb. All right, let's do something else. Download some other stuff. These are probably going to be hit or miss, but I'm going to show you. But we'll take a look. So I was going to do with this Envato stuff. Here you go. Maybe we'll add some of this stuff in. Flip this upside down, go like this. This one might be a little bit better angled. We got some depth with some hockey pucks. So we'll duplicate this hockey puck, put it over here. I don't want these to be distracting though. They're a little distracting right now, but you know, that'll happen. Let's do filter, blur. I guess we can do a path blur. Let's do it like right on this H. And just coming outwards. Actually, let me delete. Right to his chest, right through the center of it. And let's do the speed at like 75. And I don't want a centered blur. I want it to be blurring. Let me try something. So I think if you do it towards the object, it blurs a little bit differently. I want a tapered edge. Yeah, I want this to be tapered somewhat. Sometimes I forget how or what specific stuff does. Like, does it matter if I go out to in or in to out? So I've got this blur. I could really probably just go like this. Delete smart filter. Hey, hey, how hot is it in your city right now, guys? Blur, radio blur. So I'm gonna do a radio blur from like kind of the bottom here, and a zoom at 10. I should zoom that out, and I should be able to technically apply this to all of these. And they should be all pretty much the same. Where's this other hockey puck? Oh, it's right there. Let's convert this to a smart object. Filter, blur, Gaussian blur, 15. Let me look for something real quick. Yeah, it was like 92 where I'm at. But it's a 92 feels like, you know, a billion. Whereas 92 feels like 100. Yeah, it's too damn hot. All right, so here's this thing I made a Coco Goth. Okay, so I just radio blurred everything. I don't even have the original. I just have this, so that's fun. So we're gonna do this though. So filter, blur. We blurred them slightly. We also want a motion blur. No, man, I keep hitting motion blur. Blur. Didn't even realize what time it was. Radio blur. So we're gonna do a radio blur, but we're gonna do like 50. We're gonna do it straight from the center. We'll see what that does. Can't even tell those are hockey pucks. I have a better idea. I have a much better idea. No problem. Joining late, joining now, whatever works. Okay, so we got this behind his... this is in the shadow, so I need to get rid of this. Because I don't want it there. I'm going to use like a 30% brush just to brush this out faintly. And drag left and right while I do it. Okay. So I have this hockey puck. I have a bunch of hockey pucks, but I have one specifically. And actually, I'm going to re-download it, so I'll show you what I'm talking about. And I'll show you why I really need to email Envato and be like, hey, pay me money. I talk about you to 17 people a week. Give me all the money so my 17 people can like you. So there's a bunch of hockey pucks. You know, I'll just use this one. And I'm going to download it at this angle. I don't need a license. This is for fun. Let's do hockey pucks standing up. But I don't want it to say hockey because that's weird. Please tell me the other side doesn't. Download at this angle. Garrett, you made Dan desaturate all of his whites. Congratulations. You made Dan, Design with Dan, change his way of thinking. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to toss this on here. And I'm going to just do this and make these hockey pucks so really small. All right, main hockey puck. Boom. It's too big. Yes, correct, Garrett. So adjustments, we're gonna go curves. Oh, I accidentally, well, that worked out actually. We're gonna darken this, except for the top. So I need a really, really small brush. Just seemed like it was too bright. You know? What do we have? That's 30%. Let me paint this back in. Okay, convert this to a smart object. We'll put one over here, over here. We'll put one here. We'll put one here. We'll put one here. It's just going to be littered with hockey pucks. Straight up. Now tell me, are you really going to love me forever? Oh, okay. Some hockey pucks go like this. Make these a little darker, make it a little bit darker. Holy pucks. You know, we got some Mighty Ducks guys here who are trying to do, you know, slap shots. Up puck. Put one there. Put one like right here. These are going to be a little bit more distracting, so I'll just put actually a couple of those. And right now they're all kind of distracting, which is fine. I want to select this one and this one. No, I don't. Okay, so what I'm doing now, we'll see if I like this. I'm making the pucks in front a little bit bigger because that's how these things work. Let's make this one 15. We'll select this one. Make this one 115 size. Make this one 115 size. Blah, 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 blah. 115. This is probably a what? A 110. A 110. This is a 110. I'm gonna move this down here. Make this a 110. Got this one in the back. We're gonna make this one a 95. This one, we're gonna make this a 95 as well. We're gonna make this up puck a 110. We're gonna make this up puck a 90. Looks a little bit better. A little bit riddled with stuff. I think it'd be a little bit better if we had an actual floor now, though. So that's also where this would come in handy. See, if we had this in the background, it would sell it a little bit better. We'll just turn this back on, set to multiply, invert that. No, invert that there, and we're gonna mask it. Whoa, not with a circle, we're gonna mask it with a rectangular marquee tool. right about there. Except I have to group this together and then mask it. And then invert the mask. And now we've got a little bit of a floor. All right, so let's find one of these frozen textures then. And find one that makes sense for ice. Hockey ice. I think the one I had was okay. Oh, this one would work. This is a real subtle texture. So if I add this texture, it's not going to take away from what I've got going on. Because you can barely see it. There. Duplicate it twice. Sounds good. Okay, so now we've got this floor and we've got these hockey pucks. But I want to take these hockey pucks. I'm not even gonna put that one in. And I might get rid of these up pucks too. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this. Pucks. Delete these. Put them on top of the floor. Group these together. Pucks and floor. Actually, no, I don't need to do that. I need to just put the pucks down here. Do you ever just use the paintbrush on a different layer with a brighter color and the same magic wand tool to select objects? Use the paintbrush tool on a different layer with a brighter color. I don't think I know what you're talking about. I think you're confusing me. Slightly. So I'm going to convert this to a smart object. And then I'm going to actually go to the blur gallery and do the iris blur. I'm going to drag it out. And this thing is so weird with how it functions. I never hit the right button to widen it. There we go. So I want it to be the same width and height. And then I can blow it out like this. So what I'm doing is I want the pucks that are near him to be in focus, and I should probably use a tilt shift blur instead. So we'll do that. That'll make more sense. So we're gonna put the center right here, and then right where his feet start is where it blurs. But then I want it to blur like very quickly. It's actually only blurring out a couple of them. Ooh. 67. Let's do like 45. Yeah, see, I don't like how that looks. I don't want to use a tilt shift blur. I do want to use an iris blur. And we'll see if the iris blur is set to the same settings it was before. Yep. Okay, so I just want to tweak this if the stuff loads. Here are my settings. Okay, I want to drag this down just a little bit. Drag these over to the edges like that. It's a little bit of a wider cast then. All right, we'll do that. Save. All right, so let's add some more. That's some cool stuff to this. And by cool stuff, I mean get rid of everything. Hide it all. Go, Habs, go. I could use the same font like this, but I really don't want to. What font did I just use today? Use this, Balboa, extra condensed, or just regular condensed. Go Habs go, go Habs go. We'll do hashtag go Habs go. No, we'll do go Habs go. So I looked this up. The Habs is because they're the habitat, the habitants of, I believe, Canada, or Montreal, Montcherie. I only know how to say like one or two things in French, and it is the worst French ever. Would you guys like to hear my French? I'm gonna throw some lens flares on here. Don't you worry, Carrot. Let me just do this all in here. Okay. Great. Great, grand. Filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Yeah, something like that. A little bit less. The only thing I know how to say in French is "Tu n'es pas un robot, je suis le seul robot dans ce coin." Which of course means you are not a robot. I am the only robot on this corner. Because why would you want to know anything else? 80% of scenarios in France you can get out of by saying you are not a robot, I am the only robot on this corner. Go Habs go. Go Habs go. Ugh, gross. Props if you know what that is from. It's from a movie. I do a lot of movie, big movie guy. Nope, don't like that. Shoot. I just hit save. I mean, that's fine. Let's get some texture going in here. Any ice textures? Ice texture would look pretty good right now. Oh, I know what I want to do. I'm gonna tweak this. Yeah, that's good. It's from the movie Euro Trip, for those keeping track. There is a mime, and one of the main characters goes over and he starts trying to mime better than this guy. And the mime gets all mad. And the mime is played by Tom Lennon, actually. I think. And he says, "Tu n'es pas un robot, je suis le seul robot dans ce coin." Oh, yeah. Yeah, he likes how that looks. Put the floor back in. Just kind of rotate this a little bit and go like this. Yep, likes that. Okay. He was gonna do something. Mr. Mime, best Pokemon. Fun fact. Alright, where you at, Bridge? Alright, here's Bridge. I brought Bridge. I opened up Bridge for a reason. Because I want to steal something I did in a different design that I don't want to show you. I just need to figure out what I did for the middle part. We'll just do this. We'll do this real quick. This button. Oh, it's reading Photoshop. It'd be funny if it opened up on this thing anyway and just completely ignored me. Yeah, Bridge is great. The fans on your computer will completely disagree that they're great. But they're great. Okay, let me see if I can do something. All right, so I grabbed this, just this. This is all I grabbed. I just wanted to do that. Just wanted to grab this sort of texture to mask in the Go Habs Go. Just a little bit. Maybe we'll go like this. Give it some je ne sais quoi. I don't know. Yeah, Bridge is just a program that shows you where images are on your computer. You can easily do camera raw to a bunch of different images through it. So, a small Molson beer bottle on a puck would be a great tribute. Are they a sponsor? Molson Beer, Canada. I guess it's the beer of Canada. All right. Molson Beer. Images. Bookmarks. Google Advanced Image Search. Paste. Let's find some big images. Oh, Molson owned the Canadians. Oh, okay then. Yeah, I can do that. I just need to find a beer bottle big enough. The issue is the angle. So like... And I don't really need like that big of a beer bottle image. Like, you know. Hey, look, a ping. Let's see if this is a real... This actually might be a real ping file. Look at this, guys. We don't have to do anything. We can just throw it on a hockey puck. What? Hey, what? Oh, Garrett was the one that said they owned it. Damn it, Garrett. Oh, wait, no. Molson owns... Oh, okay. Real information was told, and then Garrett started talking, and then all credibility got shot out the window. Let's put a nice Molson beer right here. I need to give it a shadow, though. See if I can figure out how to give it a shadow. I think I have all these shadow brushes. You just make it super small. Ready? Ready? Bam. Shadow. Select, modify, contract, 1 pixel. I hate that. I can't do anything because this is a stupid index file. Image mode, not index, RGB. There we go. Now I can actually do stuff. There's a Molson right there, but you can't see it because you can't see it. So we're gonna have to fix that. All right, we're gonna pop this down, and then the ones on the side. There we go. All right, we got that. Not sold on this white layer. Let's just duplicate this, set this to multiply, which does actually kind of did some stuff there. Convert this to a smart object. We're gonna mask this out from the top. We're going to duplicate it, and we're going to invert the layer. We're going to invert the layer mask, and we're going to set it to screen, or overlay, screen. There we go. All right, so I got that. Let's just change his signature so it's a little bit more visible. Can't even tell the John 3:16 stuff's there, so that's fun, but it doesn't really matter. All right, let's add some front stuff in the last 15 minutes. So let's pop Bridge open. Here we go. We'll go to Ethan J Designs Mega Bundle. Let's go to the Light Effect Pack. Throw a light leak on here. What's the most Canadian looking one on here? This one looks pretty Canadian. Do one of these. Toss it up there. Nope, don't like that. So I just want to add a gradient map to this. Yeah, I'm sure people are definitely gonna be like, see how you did this cool design and how hockey's fun? I should do more hockey designs. I mean, it's relevant right now because the Stanley Cup's going on, so that's the main reason why I'm doing this. Color? Nope. Nope. Normal? Nope. Nope, don't like that. Okay, what are we looking at here? Oh, thank God. Just had something get approved, so that's always fun. Hopefully it was a this is approved, good job, and not a hey, we're actually gonna scrap this because it looks so bad. Those are the kinds of things that, you know, goes through my mind every once in a while. It's like something like, oh, it looks kind of good, but it depends on all of the edits that I have to do for it. Stock images, light, lens overlays, yeah. I use this one all the time. Let's use a different one. Use that one all the time. Let's use some stuff I don't use all the time. I haven't used this one in a while. Let's use this one. Trying to see if you can like see like what even is that. Let's do a little bit of a levels layer. All right, let's make a new layer. Convert this to a smart object. Let's do a little bit of camera rawing. Let's increase the contrast a little bit. Let's give it, I don't know, a little bit of texture, a little bit of clarity. What is dehaze going to do? That, sure, why not? Vibrance up, saturation up. We love color, why not? Let's go down to color grading because this is always fun to do, but we want to do all of them at once. Lens dirt number 4 is good. I use number 7, I think, a lot. It really just depends. So if we want to give this a little bit of an orange, let's actually do these separately. So let's make the highlights slightly cyan, and then if we make everything slightly on the opposite side, it should give it a cool effect. Or we make the mid, these are the shadows. So I wanted to make the shadows. Let's do the shadows that and the mid-tones. I think I can be a little bit more aggressive. Let's do yellow. Balance up. Luminance down. Luminance up. Blending or balance up, down, up. Sure. So that's fun. So we're going to hide that real quick because I want to grab this text. And based on where the floor is right there, I need to just move this up a little bit. That's better. Okay, go Heps, go, 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 go. Good, good, good. Make a new one of these, convert to smart object, toss the camera off, filters back on it, delete this. Adjustments, color lookup. Let's see which one of these looks best. Let's do some teal and orange ones, actually. It's a little too much. They're all actually probably... Wow, that one looks cool. Set that down to 50%. Cool. I'm actually going to get rid of these hockey pucks because I don't really like how they look. And I'm just going to make the front Carey a little bit bigger. I just don't really think they were adding much to the design. I think they were distracting more than anything. We can turn this stuff back on. Convert this to a smart object. Toss this camera raw layer on top of that. Put this there, delete that. But it does look like something needs to be down there. So let's do this instead. So I've got this helmet. Got this helmet that I can duplicate a couple times. And then let's just grab the lightning hex code. Third option is Tampa Bay Lightning. Owen Wilson says, wow. All right, let's grab these. Let's do this. Okay, this is the... this is the blue I want it to match better. So we're going to group these together. We're going to go to adjustments. We're not going to use a gradient map. We're just going to use a selective color. We're going to go to blue. And I want to make the blues darker, and I want to make them have more magenta, more cyan, less yellow. I'm going to do the same thing here, I think. Whatever, that should be fine. So these are just going to be, you know, the Tampa Bay hockey who's what's its. So we're going to take that and we're going to just filter, blur, Gaussian blur, 15 pixels. The issue though is, do the Tampa Bay Lightning use blue helmets? Answer, oh yeah, they do. We'll just go in here real quick, because we're doing this sort of fast. Real haphazard. You know, here's the logo. We'll make it black and white. That, convert it to a smart object, set it to screen. Drop it down like that. And we'll just do this. Just really faking the funk on this, as one of my old college professors would say. We'll just throw Lightning logos on the back of their helmets to fake and say that they're the Lightning, even though that's not really what their helmets would look like. But now you can see it kind of looks like the Lightning. So we can turn these back on, turn this back on, right click, smart object, click over here, drop this camera raw filter back down on nothing. Because I didn't hit this first. Camera raw filter, click, save. Damn, this turned out really well, actually. All right, what am I missing? Garrett said I was missing something. Oh, he said I was missing lens stuff forever ago. Cool. All right, I think, let me look at something actually. You know what? I deleted the pucks instead of, I kind of want to put the pucks back. Oh well. Logo, my logo. I gotta find it again. Like, I act like I don't know where my logo is every time I use it. Logo. Fun fact, I redid my logo, according to this, January 2017. I have a 3D-ish version of it, but I don't know if it's on my computer or if I have it somewhere on here. It looks best on darker colors. Break everything? No good. Oh, my computer was searching and got real mad. While I look for this, thank you guys for joining me. This was a very, very successful hockey design, so maybe I do need to do hockey designs more often, because the image is pretty sweet. All right, here's my logo. My white logo is probably just going to look best. Yeah, not a lot of contrast. That would look kind of okay. All right, let me just grab my white logo real quick. Logo. I don't have pink versions of this logo saved out. Like every time I hop in here and grab this and paste it, it just makes no sense. I pasted it pixels instead of a smart object. Alrighty. There we go. Where should I put it? Put it up here? Where would be the least distracting place? You know, just like right here. Where should I put this logo? Put it down here in the left. I'll make it a little bit smaller. Ooh. There. Now we know it's there, but nobody else does. All right, cool, done. Once again, thank you guys for joining me. It's always great to see who can come out and be quick to select to spend their time with me on Tuesday nights. I know you guys like to ham it up in the chat too, which is always good. But that is what this is for. If you guys have any suggestions for videos you want to see, any players you want to see, any people you want to see on my stream for my designer duels, always let me know. Next month, I'm trying to get either Dean Davies on, might get Spitz Design on here, depends on how things line up. I'll make the logo a little bit bigger just for Darian. And the Nightbot's going to say hello as well, which is hilarious. I am going to do an extended stream. I don't remember what day. Either I'm going to do a stream, I think July 8th. I'm going to do a longer, extended, earlier stream probably. So you can look out for that. And I'm going to do another long stream, but that is going to be for my Patreon only. So if you're interested in that, check out my Patreon. It's down there on the right, patreon.com/BradleyJackDesign. You're going to have access to this file if you join a specific tier. You have access to pretty much every one of my breakdowns on my YouTube channel. All the PSD files, they're all there in one big Google Drive for you to use as you wish. So Vladdy, we were going to do Vladdy. Me and Thomas Northcote were going to do Vladdy instead of a Madden cover, but everybody hated Madden cover, so we did that. But with that, thank you guys for joining me tonight. Make sure to like and subscribe if you guys haven't. And I will see you guys next week when we will either be doing an extended stream or we'll probably do Vlad Jr. because he's kicking butt right now. So until then, I'll see you guys later.